Kindred spirits, this is Allison Achilles, your cheeky, rebellious stylist and practicing earth custodian. So what do you get up to wearing on your day off? And I've got to, check in with that for myself today. And normally on my day off, I'll wear a certain dress with vest, etc., that I get into my gardening, my mowing, my domestic goddess duties. And my invitation is, interrupt yourself, and if you wear your slobbiest clothes that have got holes and pulled to pieces and so on your day off, do they inspire you? Do they energize you? Do they pull you into action on what you're committed to for your day off? Or actually, are they a passive or overt reminder about a sense of poverty, lack, can't have, and during the week that you put on your facade, you march out into the world and you look the part, and then on your day off, you're actually a poor representation to yourself about what you're committed to. And the thing to remember with our clothing is just like, a book is judged by its cover. When we put on our clothing first thing in the morning, the first person we are communicating to with the clothing we wear is ourselves. And so the clothing we put on, if it's a persistent, consistent reminder of you're not allowed to, you can't have, you have to subjugate, what you'd really like as your creative expression in the world for this mythical rule book that you perceive you need to subscribe to, or that you've simply actually become so cynical, resigned, and nihilistic about like, well, this is my lot in life, tough luck, suck it up. This is all, as bad as having an abuser yell at us about, what's possible and what's not possible in our life. So interrupt yourself. Check out what you're wearing on your day off. For me today, I got to interrupt myself. And here's the thing, I think, as human beings, and especially in the westernized world, we have this obsession with perfection, obsession about getting it right, looking good. And it's highly destructive because it actually undermines us doing one step at a time and actually having it not look perfect or great. However, for us to check in with ourselves and go, actually, that's one step closer to feeling like I'm in alignment with myself, with my deeper self, with my truer self, with my higher self, versus this shell of a person that keeps subscribing to pleasing others and pleasing this mythical media beast and, advertising beast that's out there and is absolutely a passive and overt bully. We talk about, bullying in schools and so on, but we have a media and publicity machine, which is absolutely, a gross voice of bullying. And it doesn't say by, like, you're not enough. However, it still actually communicates that there is a gap between who you are, what you are, and how you be right here, and that there's this mythical perfection point. When you get here, you'll be at it. So go, buy this, own this, do that, and you'll be there. And it's like, how about we actually get like the real deal, and what we get to work with and celebrate is right here, right now. Doesn't mean that there isn't adjustments, transformation, growth, maturation to take ourselves through as a responsible, maturing human being. However, get generous, get gracious, and get grounded with what is now. And, that's one of my journeys as I continue to share with the world, is how to bring a level of authenticity, realness, openness, candidness, vulnerability that actually makes it fully achievable for every single person to grow, develop, and transform in a way that lights them up more and more each day, as opposed to have their light grow dimmer. So on this day off, I'm interrupting myself not to wear my predictable outfit on my day off, and I've chosen to wear some pants that normally I would wear for going out. You know, I've got my earrings on. Yes, you know, sometimes I wear these earrings on my day off as well. I've got my basic slip dress on, and I'll just show you, you know, my body shape and what I'm choosing to wear today. Also, I found one item in my wardrobe that still had the price tag on. Now, I know that there's some of you that will have lots and lots of things in your wardrobe that still have the price on. I invite you, pull it out, have a look at it. Go, does this still energize and inspire me? Or is this just a sad, dismal reminder that I bought it, haven't worn it, and it reminds me of I'm so slack that I haven't worn it yet. And maybe it's time to pass it on to a friend, someone that can really use it, eBay it, Gumtree it, give it to an organization that can put it to use. That's the invitation for anything that's sitting in your wardrobe that still has price tags on. Same for me. So I had one item. So rather than going bad, naughty me, it's like, that's interesting. And sort it out, move it on, because it's like a leaf in the drain that'll accumulate and bring others, and then we'll have more and more unhappy, unhealthy thoughts about ourselves and what we're up to. So I'm going to step back. I'll show you the pants that I have on today, the slip dress, and what I'm going to layer over it for my day off. Now, with these pants, anyone who's an extreme pear shape like me, so I'm 3 sizes smaller on the top than I am on my hippie bits, so I store my bits in my hips and thighs, and you will have other places that you store it. For our skinny minis, where you might store it in here or here, you know, and in organ parts, versus it physically turning up in, you know, solidness in the body and lumpy, bumpy bits in the body. So keep exploring that, keep playing. So here's my wide leg pants. I'm going to pop my little camera down here so that you can see a closer look. There we go. So little cheeky frill on the side there of these pants. Yes, they are a wide leg pant, and the reason I've chosen those is just to balance me out hip-wise. Now, for my extreme pear-shaped sisters, what you can do, so I notice a lot of pear-shaped sisters tend to go for narrow leg pants because they feel really self-conscious about this. The irony is that by going for narrow leg pants, although it shows off, yes, you've got great lower legs, it tends to make this look wider, if that makes sense. And once again, you have to be comfortable in your heart and in your guts about what you're wearing. So whatever is an expression that has you lit up, feeling empowered and great, do it. So that's there. I'm just going to shape those out. Now you can see with this, you can see my little lumpy bumpy bits there. And one way of smoothing those out is simply to just put a second layer of fabric over here. And what this will do is it'll smooth us out. So you can see how that's just dropped that. That's created a bit more confusion. See how that's smoothed out through here as well and flattened me out a little bit. And this is the cheeky cardi that I had hiding in my wardrobe that still had a price tag on it. Now, as an extreme pear shape, generally I would never wear a cardi that's this length. I'd normally wear a much longer one. However, this one, because it sort of points out here and also it's got these little cut-ins here, I'm going, okay, on my day off, I can wear that. So, pick up the camera again. So, what I'd invite, if you've got clothing, accessories in your life, and this includes furnishings as well, that have emotional triggers on them. Say, for instance, you always wore this with your former partner, but you're actually no longer together. Maybe it's actually time to surrender it and let it go, or do some emotional clearing, do some incense chanting, belling, you know, energetic clearing on objects that still have emotional triggers on them. I've met many, many people over the years that, you know, were forced to study piano, didn't have such delightful experiences with that. Either their parent was extremely formidable and quite abusive about that learning process, or that they had a music teacher that was quite formidable about, you will do it this way and, you know, that's it. And sometimes you're better off, you know, with your clothing, just like that piano, to let it go and actually either get a new piano, a new piece of clothing, a new piece of jewelry, or go and learn a new instrument, get a new wardrobe, get a new style. So I invite you, interrupt yourself when you have possessions, clothing, jewelry that are setting off emotional triggers. It's not helpful. And when we get dressed each day, the first person we're communicating to as we get dressed is actually ourselves. So although we judge a book by its cover, and when we go out in the world, we put on this facade, we put on this outfit that communicates certain things about us, is that in the privacy of our home, in our PJs, in our day off, we're still, the first person we're giving that communication to is ourselves. And I think it's so important for us to actually be giving an empowering, loving, caring, inspirational message to ourselves, whatever we're wearing, no matter whether it's a work day or a day off. And look, for me, you know, some people tend to wear no makeup on their day off. And for me personally, I actually never ever wear foundation because I think that it's a highly toxic substance that doesn't actually help us. Even the powders and everything that we put on. There was once upon a time where I used to do the powders and that, especially on my nose. Not anymore. You know, I tend to do some eyeliner, some mascara, maybe a little bit of brow pencil. That's it. So do what empowers you, do what energizes you, do what inspires you, and, you know, check in with yourself. And on your day off, just because it's a day off doesn't mean that you don't give yourself the special TLC communication in what you're wearing. So keep on your team, keep playing, you know, and find people that you can hang out with, that you can learn vicariously. Because if you're in the habit of having a negative conversation with yourself in your head or by the clothing you wear, go and put yourself in a community, in a sisterhood, in a brotherhood that actually is aligned to where you want to be, so that vicariously you have an environment that calls you into interrupting yourself and being on your team. Go play. Go have a great day and check out what you're wearing on your day off. Is it the most energizing, inspirational, motivational, nurturing outfit you can wear? If not, cut it out, stop it, do something different. Me too. And also, you know, us giving up our addiction to perfectionism and actually, you know, really being connected to more authenticity, vulnerability, openness, and commitment to exposing our imperfect journey to where we're committed to maturing and growing ourselves to. Keep on your team, keep on everyone's team, but you first. See you soon. Bye.